Good morning, guys. I have been wanting to propagate my San Pedro cactus for some time now, and I came out to the greenhouse this morning, out to the polytunnel, and found that this whole plant is being uprooted by the weight of these arms that it's grown. So today is the day to propagate. I don't want them to end up breaking. And it's just time. I guess this is what might happen in nature. They lie down on the desert floor and take root themselves, or maybe they have deeper roots and this kind of thing doesn't happen. So anyway, this tells me it is time to do this project that I've been putting off, and it couldn't be easier. All you do is you cut right here where it meets the mother plant. And this is just a log I got 2 years ago, put it in soil, and because the growing point wasn't on it, it put out side shoots out of some of the areoles, which are these things. So when you don't have a growing tip, any one of these can turn into a plant or an arm. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to dip them in cinnamon, just regular cinnamon you can buy in the grocery store, to keep it from having some fungus, because it can be kind of humid around here in August. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. These things are monsters. I should have done it sooner, and I hope she's going to be okay, because I don't know if you can tell, but she's been uprooted here. So let me go ahead and remove these pups and remove the weight that's pulling on her. And I'm just going to get in here and make a cut. These are clean scissors. I did wipe them off with alcohol. It's always a good idea to do that. And I'm just going to kind of saw in between the plant, the mother plant and the pup. I don't want to damage the mother plant too much. I'm hoping she'll give me some more pups. But this is already a 2-foot section. I'm not sure this knife is sharp enough. Definitely wear gloves when you try something like this, because you have to handle these prickly plants. It's a little bit hard to get in there, but I'm making progress. These are very sturdy plants. And let me see how it's going here. Gotta be patient. This is taking a little bit of strength here. Alright. Alright, so there's the first cut. And I'm just going to cover that wound with some of the cinnamon. I'm going to dip it in here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's a little hard to see with the morning sun. But I'm going to cover that just like that with a heavy coating of cinnamon. And there it is, all covered up, and that wound is going to dry over and callus up. I'm going to let it stay out for maybe about 3 weeks to a month before I even put it in some dry soil, at which point it should send out roots. But I'm going to put that in the shade, and I'm going to do the process with the other arms. These are beautiful plants. This one just broke. So let me go ahead and finish the cut here. They do get heavy. And wherever there's a wound on the mother plant, I'm going to put some cinnamon on there as well, just to keep fungus from growing. It's a natural antifungal. And this one's a little bit skinnier. I hope you can see that. But I'm going to put cinnamon on the end right there as well. And when it comes time to plant these, I'll have to decide whether to do separate pots or group them together. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. These are breaking off. So let me go ahead and cut it where it's breaking. Well, actually, I'll cut it here. I think that would be better for the mother plant, just to have a clean cut. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. I want to make sure I'm still in the frame. I'm just supporting the arm with my hand, my left hand, and sawing away at the joint here. These are tough plants, I can see. I think these might be called Mexican fence posts, I'm not sure, but this is Trichocereus pachanoi. And as I'm moving it, this one's breaking too. So this is long overdue, this project. But it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. Okay. Again, here's the open cut. And I think I'm gonna trim that off because it did rip here. So I'll go ahead and just trim that end and dip the whole. Okay, I think that's better. That's actually gonna be better. All right, so I have a clean cut there. I may do that with the other ones. I'm gonna just dip it in here. And again, look, I have a generous coating of the cinnamon. It's an antifungal. Okay. And I think I'm going to trim off the ends of these just so they're a straighter plant. It's going to be easier to plant and it may root out better. Okay, so that's a nice clean cut there. And I'm just dipping it. I'm using a bowl. I'm dipping it in, putting a generous coating of that antifungal cinnamon on there. Okay, and that is just regular cinnamon from your spice cabinet. Okay, and the last one we're going to take off here is this one. I'm glad none of these broke, other than where they were attached. They didn't break when they fell over, so that's lucky. But this is the way you propagate your Trichocereus pachanoi, aka San Pedro cactus. So I'm gonna give that another little trim too. Make them look neat. Okay. And I'm gonna let those, and there's the other end. These are all at least 2 feet long. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to neaten up the mother plant here. I'm going to really go down to the end here. I may give her a trim just kind of downwards. There, that way the water's not going to sit on her. And it's not good to leave, I don't know, jagged edges. First of all, I don't think it looks nice, and secondly, I think you can have some grooves in there that catch moisture or place for bugs to be. So I'm giving her a little trim. I'm calling her a girl, maybe you're wondering, because she is a mother. So I figure if she's having babies, she's a girl, but you know, that's all in my head. So I hope nobody's offended by that. But, oh, this looks like I did a little cut here. I'll have to put cinnamon in there. You have to cover everything that you cut with cinnamon. And I'm just going to neaten up this a bit. She's going to look horrible, but I'll hang on to her because I'm hoping she's going to give me some more pups. Okay, but she's looking a lot better than having these things fall off. So I think that's pretty good. Everything else is pretty neat. And I'm just going to go in and pour that cinnamon on. And you want to make sure that the mother plant gets treated as well as the pups. So she'll be covered with cinnamon. And if that falls to the soil, that's fine, because bugs don't really like cinnamon. And it's a little tricky to get it on the sides, but just dab it on like that. And be generous with that. Cinnamon is a lot cheaper than a San Pedro cactus. So be generous with your cinnamon. And I think everywhere that there's been a cut has cinnamon. Let me just try to get it in here. This hopefully will heal. Well, maybe if I leave that alone, it'll just dry up. Oh, I better trim it. Okay, so she's gonna have some cuts there. But that's it, guys. I have them all. I can even turn it sideways. There. Okay, everything is covered up with cinnamon where I cut. She's sitting a lot straighter. And I have put my cuttings out to dry. Let me show you those. They're going to remain in the shade because I don't want them to dry out before they've calloused over. So let me bring you over here. I hope I'm not wiggling it around too much, but I have it under my cactus table here, just underneath an area where I know that there's shade all the time. Okay guys, so those are my cuttings. And in about a month or so, I'll check to see if it's calloused over. Now I'm going to come out here every week and flip them so that they don't get any more misshapen as far as reaching for the sun. It's just a good idea. They are living things even without roots. So it's a good idea to come out weekly and just flip them around so that all sides are receiving the sun. So that's it, guys. That is how you take cuttings from your San Pedro cactus or your Trichocereus pachanoi, and she's looking a lot better now that things aren't flopping off her, and hopefully she'll heal up and send out some more babies. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate your viewership and your subscribership, and again, I love to hear your comments. I've learned so much from you. And I love sharing our plant passion together. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.